What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a very important video for our Vancouver Canucks franchise mode. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Our Stanley Cup winning Vancouver Canucks franchise mode. So in this video, we are going to be getting the entire year done. So stop the video right now, press pause, go get a snack, make some popcorn, grab some Doritos, whatever you want to do. Go get a beer if you're of age. If you're not, go grab a chocolate milk. And this one could be a long video, so I just want you guys to be prepared. And we're also going to be trading for a top 2 defenseman. There's a ton of comments to go over. I read them all, and I've come to my conclusion. So as for the votes, number 1, obviously Rasmus Dahlin. I knew exactly what was going to happen with this vote. I knew he was going to be number 1 no matter what. A lot of you guys want to see the big fish, the young, high elite guy. It's exactly what you guys want to see. Now, is it what you're going to get? I'm not sure, but it's what you want to see. Number 2 was Ghost, and number 3, with only 3% of the votes, was Seth Jones. So let's talk about Rasmus Dahlin for a bit, all right? So he's going to be the man in LA behind Drew Doughty, all right? They got a really nice 1-2 pair there. Now, I want to bring up a comment from the little Portuguese. He says, "Don't get Dahlin. That is so unrealistic. First overall, and LA has nothing on defense." Well, I'd argue they have Drew Doughty, but aside from that, they don't have anything on defense. So they're really relying on those 2 guys. Murray would make more sense since Columbus has the lefties in him and Werenski as top defensemen. Gostisbehere, good too. I guess he meant to say Gostisbehere is good too. Gostisbehere is good too, since the top offensive defenseman is exactly what you need. Plus the Flyers have a future Norris winner in Provorov. I'd say try for Ghost and Murray if it doesn't work. Dahlin and Jones is unrealistic. No way both teams would trade those young elites. Now, the little Portuguese, I agree with you, buddy. I 100% agree with you. Now, Brian, he says, "I try to make a move for Ghost. Jones' trade value is too high, and you shouldn't want to keep Pettersson in the conference, especially since the Flyers want to get rid of him. It only makes it easier." So let's go process of elimination. Let's go all the way over here to Columbus. Now, Columbus, we know what Seth Jones is all about. He's elite. He's awesome. He's also the most expensive, and he's the highest overall, which means he has the highest trade value. Now, the highest trade value sucks. 92 overall. Trade value is maxed out. It's going to be a ton to get this guy. Plus, we're going to have to pay him upwards of like $7 million, 7 plus. I think 7 is the minimum for next year. He could go to free agency and get 8 or 9. Easy. So, unfortunately, Seth Jones, 3% of the votes, you're gone. Now we're going over to Rasmus Dahlin. I think the little Portuguese guy, his comment really made a lot of sense. They don't have a lot on defense. If we give them Will Butcher, that's a huge downgrade. He's the number 1 overall pick. Plus, I know I bag on the realism aspect, but honestly, would LA ever trade Rasmus Dahlin? The answer is no. It's never going to happen. So, with that being said, I'm not going to go after Rasmus Dahlin. Now, I know a lot of you guys want to see Dahlin because he's Dahlin, right? But for our team, it doesn't make the most sense. I want a guy who's going to put up numbers right now. You can see Rasmus Dahlin, he's going to be elite in 2 or 3 years, all right? But I don't know what's going to happen in 2 or 3 years. I want to win the cup this year, next year, and the next year. I don't want to wait for Dahlin to be 90 overall 3 years from now. I want to get a guy who's elite right now, who's going to put up numbers right now. Rasmus Dahlin has 13 points in 50 games. He's not elite. We need an elite defenseman, all right? He will be elite, 100%. but he's not elite yet. So with that being said, we're going to go over to the city of brotherly love. We're going to go to Philly, and we're going to visit the ghost in Shane Gostisbehere. Now, he is exactly what we need. Honestly, if you were to etch a perfect example of what our team has needed over the past 3 years, you would come up with this weird-looking dude with a really nice beard. Shane Gostisbehere is exactly what you need. He's a big offensive defenseman. I guess not big. I'm saying big in like overall and attribute wise. He's only 5'11", but he's exactly what our team needs. You know, he's not listed as a top 2, but he's playing like a top 2. 55 points last year, on pace for way more than that for this year. He's got 31 points in 49 games. He's a power play quarterback specialist. He's exactly what we need, honestly. He's exactly what we need. If there was no other options, if Ghost and Jones and Murray and Werenski and a few other guys weren't here, yes, Dahlin would make sense. But since we have a very specific need, and I think Ghost is exactly that, he's an offensive defenseman, which we don't have aside from Kevin Shattenkirk, and Shattenkirk is old. He's still going to put up numbers, but he's on, the decline. It's not going to get any better. Plus, going back to that comment that I think it was the little Portuguese had, he says they have the up-and-coming future Norris winner in Ivan Provorov. Now, I don't know if he's future Norris, but he's a hell of a defenseman. Plus, they have Mark-Edward Vlasic, Travis Sanheim, and plus they're going to get another guy, which we're going to give them. That's going to be Will Butcher, who's going to, hopefully take some of the offensive needs for the Philadelphia Flyers, since he did score 24 goals for us one year. I think it was 24. 24 goals in the year we acquired him. Only 8 helpers. He's a really weird defenseman. He's listed as a two-way, but he's very offensive. It's a weird mix with him, but he's having a pretty good year, and I hope he does well in Philadelphia. Now, the big piece going over to Philly, the piece that's going to make this trade happen, is the right winger, Elias Pettersson. What? He's a right winger. He was a center, but I moved him over to a right wing because it makes most sense to trade him as a winger, and I don't want Philly to use him as a center. His faceoffs are only 63, so they're terrible. His best statistic is his skating category, no question. He's Pavel Bure fast. So let's throw him in here, and I'll show you why I made him a right winger. So you look at their right wingers, and they have one NHL right winger, and that is Voracek, who's their top line guy. Left wingers, they don't have anyone really. They have Lindbaum and this guy, who I guess is like NHL ready. He's actually sick, 19 years old, 82 overall. He's a beast. He is a power forward. So centerman, they have a few centers, but I think they're using him as wingers. Maybe they're using Granlund on the wing because that's why he's so unhappy. But this is going to balance their team out. They get a top 6 winger who is a question mark, honestly. He could grow and be something sick. He is medium elite, but that 80 offensive awareness that you guys brought to my attention is scary, honestly. It's something that I'm a little bit worried about. So we're going to make this trade happen. Ghost for Butcher and Elias Pettersson. Good luck to Pettersson. I hope he does well in Philly. I really hope he becomes that elite piece. Not only because I like Elias Pettersson, because I want to prove you guys wrong. I would not mind hanging on to Pettersson, but all my assistant GMs, pretty much 80% of you guys are saying, get rid of this guy, get rid of him, run him out of town. So, you know what? I'm doing exactly what you guys want. If he becomes something sick, well, it is what it is. But if he stays at an 82, 83 overall, you guys were right, and I will admit I'm wrong. So will this trade go through? It looks a little bit lopsided on our end, which means we're gonna probably have to add something. But let's see here. Ghost for Butcher and Pettersson, trade rejected. Okay, so I thought we're gonna have to add a few picks, which is expected, which I'm okay with doing. So let's try to add a third. Will a third go through? Let's try that, all right? A third. It's still a bit low. Okay, it's understandable. We can make this work. I'm in no rush here. I'm able to make this work. A third and a fourth? I don't think that'll go through. Might have to be 2/3, honestly, which is okay. We're getting an elite defenseman, and I'm okay with paying that. Will that go through? Still a bit low. Okay, let's make it 2/3, which is okay. I don't really want to add any players, but I will if I have to. 2/3, they want the 2/3, and they want to give up Ghost. It makes sense. Come on, who's the GM of Philadelphia? It's not Paul Holmgren anymore, is it? I think it's Hextall, Dave Hextall. I think, anyways, I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but will this go through? Trade accepted. There you go. Jacob De La Rose has got to come up. That's perfect. Okay, best lines. Welcome, Ghost. Welcome, buddy. You're going to be a huge piece to this team, but we're not done yet. No, sir. We are not done yet. I have to make one more trade, and that trade is going to be with LA, and we are going to get Rasmus Dahlin. I'm just kidding. We're not getting Rasmus Dahlin. We're going to go get Jeff Carter, who's a really good depth forward for us. I want this guy to man our third or our fourth line. He's got 81 faceoffs, which isn't great, but he has the experience. Honestly, I'm probably going to play him on the fourth line, but I really want him for the experience. He has Stanley Cups. He is in every way a rental player. 1 year at $5.2 million. That doesn't matter to me. I'm totally okay with trading a second round pick for this guy, but there's more. I also want to see if there's a AHL guy I can get just to strengthen our team a little bit. Someone with low trade value, someone like 71 overall, be a bit lower. This guy, 75 overall, 22 years old. He's not Dahlin, but he's Dolan. So not quite Dahlin, but he is Dolan. Really good skating category. Really good, I guess that's about it. But I mean, he's got some 90s in shooting, which is nice. Second round pick in 2017. So yeah, let's try to get this guy. Let's try to squeeze that out. That won't go through. I'll have to add something else here. Maybe some sort of defensive prospect we're not going to use. We have a few guys, all these low elites that I signed in free agency. Instead of the second, I could probably just give them this guy who's 20 years old, two-way defenseman, low elite. I'd rather give them that and as opposed to the second. That should go through. I honestly could probably get something else here. Maybe give me a pick. Give me a pick here. Give me a fourth, all right? A fourth, Dolan and Jeff Carter for a low elite defenseman that we're never going to use. Trade rejected. Okay, how about just give me Dolan and Carter? That should probably go through. Trade accepted. There you go. That's a trade I don't mind making. Jeff Carter, welcome to LA. Who has he played for? He's played for Philadelphia, Columbus, LA, and now Vancouver. Am I missing a team there? I don't think I am. I don't think I'm missing a team there. But let's go ahead here, edit up all our lines, and then we'll see what we got to do with our new look team. This is a team that's going to carry us into the postseason. We have 21-year-old Russian sniper Svechnikov. We got the assist master Ryan Johansson and Brock Besser. We got Evander Kane coming up to the second line. He's going to be centered by Bo Horvat and Taylor Hall on the left wing. We got Arbamov, not Abramov, Arbamov. Jack Hughes back down to the third line. It's okay. It's perfect. He's listed as a third liner. No need to rush this guy. He's going to get power play time. I'm not worried about that at all. And on the right wing, we got Jonathan Deline, Jake Virtanen, Jeff Carter, and Connor Brown. So that's that big veteran presence that we got there. Now, remember these points, all right? Jeff Carter had 12 points before coming to our team, and Ghost had, I think, 30. Is that right? 31, I think. Yeah, 31 points and a +7. So remember those numbers, okay? I want to see how many points they have on our team at the end of the year. So you guys are going to have to do some math and let me know in the next video. So we're going to have Ghost with Kevin Shattenkirk, Nickel with Ulevy, Tanev with Moran, and then in the cage, I don't even got to talk about it. He's the man. He's Thatcher Demko. He's here to play hockey, and he's a monster. Best lines in the AHL look a little bit stronger now with the addition of Dolan. He's going to go right here, and Petrus Palmu is going to go right there, and Rodin's going to go right there, and Gadjevic's going to go right there, and actually you're going to go right there, and you're going to go, where are you going to go? I don't know. I kind of want to play the young guys a little bit, so we'll figure this out, and then we'll get things going. So right now we have a wild card spot, but nothing is guaranteed at this point. It's a pretty close race. You can see that San Jose and LA are right on our tail, so I wish this would stop changing. That's annoying. So, I mean, we can definitely catch Edmonton. Anaheim has a bit of a stretch on us, but I think we're going to be playing some pretty good hockey right now. So let's get the first game of simulation done. We'll simulate the game against the Kings. We'll have a look at the trade deadline. And we have a game against the Flyers. That'd be kind of cool. We do. We have a game on the 29th against the Philadelphia Flyers. So we'll slow sim a few games. Let's see how the new guys do on their new team up against the St. Louis Blues. Let's go. Let's start this thing off with a big victory. First period. Okay, 3-1. There you go. Brock Besser, Taylor Hall, and Bo Horvat. Robbie Fabry there scores from the blue line going into the second. And okay, they get one. Patrick Berglund. DiPietro's in. Come on, guys. Do not blow a third period lead. And 7-3. Holy crap. Connor Brown, Evander Kane, Jack Hughes, and Brock Besser. Robbie Fabry gets a second of the game, but we put 7 on the board. Holy. Kane with 3 points. Besser Boeser with 2, and then Ryan Johansson, no surprise, 3 helpers. The guy just loves to pass the puck. Absolutely loves it. So let's go here. Hopefully we can continue on with our winning ways. Looks like Utica is a below 500 team, which kind of sucks, but we just beefed them up a little bit in the center position, so hopefully they'll play a little bit better. We seem to be doing okay, 7-3 and then a 4-2 win, and then we lose to the Arizona Coyotes, our rivals. We got games against Vegas, Calgary, so we need to win these Western Conference games. Vegas should be a very beatable team. 13-1. We just beat the Las Vegas Golden Knights. 13-1. Okay, I gotta check this out here. 13-1? Are you kidding me? I've never seen that many goals in a simulation before. Holy shit. Okay, so let's see. It should say here something that like Vancouver destroyed Vegas, and it should say how many points our players got. Let's see. Where is it? It's got to be here. Come on. There wasn't that many games. It was 2 games. Let me find it here. Yeah, so performance of the night goes to Jack Hughes for scoring 4 points. Game report 13-1. Christopher Tanev had 4 points. Oh my god. Does it say anything else? Oh, I wish I could go back and see who scored. That was crazy. So a few more trades here actually. So after we made our trades, Tyler Toffoli was dealt to Anaheim, so a little California deal there. Chris Kreider goes to the Bruins. That's interesting. Kreider's like a perfect Boston Bruin. Looks like a few more big trades happened. Ryan Ellis goes to Buffalo for a first and a couple prospects. Nick Bonino also going with them to Buffalo. Nashville also acquired Grossman and prospects for Victor Arvidsson. And Arizona acquired, I don't even know who that guy is, for a first, a third, and Mike Zigamanos. So some big trades happening. Lots of goals are happening. Holy crap. 13-1. Vegas. That was terrible. So I know this team can put up numbers. I know Vegas sucks, but let's do that a few more times here, boys. Back-to-back losses. One was a shootout loss, so you did get the pity point. But, I mean, you got to win games against teams like Anaheim and against Calgary. There you go, big victory. Even LA, you know, they're not quite out of it yet, but these should be easy points. Another victory. There you go. We're winning games 5-1, 4-1, 4-2. Be nice to get an Eastern Conference win. There you go, 4-0. He's the man, Thatcher Demko. Another victory. Another one. Up against Arizona, our rivals. Can we get another victory? Another one. Up against the Vegas Golden Knights. Let's see here. Another big 5-0. Man, poor Vegas. We were just shitting on them. Oh, man. Vegas, not great. Not great at all. Just like that, a few victories and boom, you're second place in the division. I love seeing that. That's awesome. All right, let's see what other moves happened here, if any. Big trade, huge trade, massive trade. I don't know if you guys saw that. We'll go up to it after here, but lots of deals happening. Holy crap, what else went down here? So Ryan Hartman went to Anaheim. So Anaheim got a few players. Philly traded Will Butcher. I guess they didn't like him. Traded him to Florida. Ottawa got Radek Faska. Tampa Bay got Jared Spurgeon. And here's the big one, all right? Here's the giant trade. There's 2. Columbus acquired Marcus Granlund. And there's the big one. New Jersey acquired Brady Tkachuk and Griffin Reinhart in exchange for Nico Hischier. Wow, that's a big trade. Just having a look at their lines now. Nico Hischier, wow, that is a blockbuster deal. Former first overall pick gets traded. They have another first overall pick here with Tripp. Plus they got this guy who's a second round pick. They got some good players here in Vegas, but I mean, their defense is weak. Their goaltending's probably weak. Let's see who's in net. Is it still Malcolm Subban? No, Marc-Andre Fleury had a 76 overall. Those guys need a goalie in a bad way. And it shows because we beat them, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-1 in 2 games. We've just destroyed the Vegas Golden Knights. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. That's probably pretty embarrassing for you. We have one more game against Vegas on the 27th. So actually, we're going to do a double simulation here. We're going to slow stem the game against Vegas and the game against Philadelphia. And how many wins was that in a row, actually? Hold on. We're slowing this thing down a bit. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins in a row before we lost to Carolina, but then we won against LA. which is good, which is always nice to see. I like winning against our rivals there in the LA Kings. We've had lots of rivals in this franchise mode, a ton of them actually, but that's a big deal. Nico Hischier being dealt. I like when the computer comes with a huge trade like that. That's awesome. You rarely see that. I wish it gave you, I don't know if you guys remember, if you've played GM mode back when it was called, sorry, not GM mode, franchise mode, back when it was GM mode, back when it was called Dynasty mode, every time there was a big trade or something crazy happened, there was like a newspaper that popped up on your screen. This is in like NHL 2006, I think, or maybe NHL 05. I know when Marcus Naslund was on the cover, there would be like a newspaper that would come up, and it would be like a headline. It would be like Nico Hischier traded to the Vegas Knights. You know, it would be something cool with like a little bit of text. That was awesome. Let's see if we can make it maybe 20 goals in 3 games. I think we could probably do 20 goals. Maybe make it 23. We'll see here. Let's go. Period number 1 against the worst team in the league. We're up. Actually, no, we're tied. Brock Besser scores and Riley Smith scores on DiPietro, so we started our backup against Vegas. Let's go. Second period. Oh my God, they're actually up. Going into the third, do not lose to Vegas, and we do just that. Wow. We lost to the worst team in the league, even though we had 40 shots on net. Marc-Andre Fleury, the Flower, still standing on his head. Okay. Fleury embarrasses us. That's not good. We got taken out on Elias Pettersson and the Flyers here. Let's go up against Ghost's old team. Let's see what we're going to do up against the Philadelphia Flyers. And it's a 1-1 game. Svechnikov. Let's go. Period number 2. 0-0. Going into the third. And Taylor Hall scores on Carter Hart. 41 shots. Back-to-back games with 40-plus shots. And we actually get a point out of it, which is good. But I'm not even going to look at the standings because I'm pretty confident that we are going to be in the playoffs because we've been playing so well lately. Can we get 50 wins against, there you go, 50 wins and a 7-3 thrashing against the Anaheim Ducks up against McDavid, and we make it 3 in a row to end off the year. Wow, looks like those trades really helped out, eh? So let's have a look at individual point. Actually, you know what? Before we do any of that, we got to see who we got in the playoffs. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Anaheim? Is it going to be Calgary? Who is it going to be in round number 1? It's Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. Now, we've had some playoff history with these guys, if you remember a few years ago. So let's see where we finished overall standings. Vegas just playing terrible. Giving up 13 goals a game. You can't do that. Buffalo finished number 1. Pittsburgh, Toronto, Carolina. So a lot of good teams this year. We were there with 108 points. Where'd Philly finish? Were they a playoff team? I don't think so. Yeah, they weren't quite a playoff team. We scored 266 goals, which is good for number 2 in the league behind Buffalo. How is our power play and stuff? 31% on the power play? No. We're way lower than that. We are... God, our power play is not looking great, actually. Power play is 19%, and our PK is 79. And our last 10, we're 7-1-2. We're hot going into the playoffs. We're doing well. I'm feeling very confident about our postseason run. 73 points for Ryan Johansson, 10 goals, 63 helpers. We have 2 30-goal scorers, which is awesome. 36 goals for Svechnikov and 30 goals for Brock Besser. That's awesome. Both tied with 63 points. Taylor Hall, 60 points, 22 goals. That's fine. I do want to compare him to Sven Berchi, though. Back-to-back 60-point seasons for Hall. That's awesome. Kevin Shattenkirk, 57 points. Wow, outscored Ghost. Unbelievable. Look at Jack Hughes playing on the third line, and he got 54 points. I thought it was 53, but 54 points there. Very impressive. Very, very impressive for potentially our second line center for next year. I don't know what's going to happen with Bo. Bo struggled this year, 51 points. Not struggled. He had 61 last year, 10 less this year. Not terrible. Evander Kane, 27 goals, 50 points. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players with 50 or more points. That is impressive. Arbramov on the fourth line. Jonathan Deline there, up to an 82 overall. Oliu Levy, never going to put up a ton of points, I don't think, but plus 36. That's awesome. Jeff Carter, he had 26 points. So how many points did he have since coming over to our team? Exact same thing with Ghost. you guys can do the math and let me know in the comments for next video. Cedric Nickel was our rookie, had 8 points. Rookie goalies, Michael DiPietro finished with a record of 7 and 10. Actually got a decent amount of ice there, but Thatcher Demko, 44 and 15. A measly 4 shutouts this year after last year's 13 or whatever it was. 13, then what, 4 in the playoffs or something? Yeah, just crazy. That is ridiculous. He's a beast. He's the man. We all know that. There's no denying that. He is the man. How did Elias Pettersson do? He is now a right winger. What's he up to? 30 points, and he's up to an 83. That's all right. Good on Elias Pettersson. I'm glad that they're playing him, hopefully as a winger. That's good for those guys. And anyone else who want to check out? Let's check out Dallas to see maybe potentially if Bjorkstrand made the team. No, still an AHL for Bjorkstrand. All right, they're probably regretting that trade to trade away the first overall pick for Jack Hughes. Any 100-point scorers this year in the NHL? 95 for Phil Kessel. So Phil the Thrill, 34 years old. You never know it. He's still killing it. 27 goals, 68 assists. Mark Scheifele, 93 points to match his overall. Any 50-goal guys? No 50-goal guys. Okay, interesting. What else we got here? Sidney Crosby, 87 points, matches his number. Reinhart, McDavid, all right. So no one really hit 100 points, unfortunately. No 50-goal scorers either. Joe Veleno, the bust of the century. Oh, Joe Veleno, what a guy. 47 points in his rookie year for Detroit, and there is everybody else. So we got Connor McDavid in round number 1. Gonna be a fun playoff series, that's for sure. It's always fun when you go up against Connor McDavid. So it looks like we got Nashville and St. Louis, the Jets and the Flames, good old Canadian matchup there. 2 of the 4 matchups are Canadian, which is awesome. And then we got California versus Arizona. All right, so we got the desert versus the hot heat in California in the first round in the Western Conference. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It wasn't quite as long as I thought it would be. It's probably about average time, so I'm sorry if you made popcorn. Sorry about that if you're not finished your popcorn in time, but that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about the moves. I'm sorry if you're upset we didn't get Rasmus Dahlin. I think I explained myself enough to where it makes sense, and I think it was the right move. Just for fun, okay, just because I know you guys are going to be like, oh, he's the best defenseman on planet Earth. Let's see how he did this year compared to Shane Gostisbehere. Wow, they're looking weak. Oh my god. Where would it be? It would be in defenseman because he's a defenseman. He's still at 86 overall, and he had 22 points. He's not ready. He's just not. Also, last thing here. Let's check out Philly and see where they're playing. Pettersson, perfect, exactly where I want him to play. Second line right wing. I hope he does well. Good luck to Pettersson. We got Ghost. We got McDavid in the first round. I will see you guys then.